and right up against the question that can't seem to leave me alone. Why? When my daughters got tired of having their mother search for them on the streets of Eugene, Oregon, and then drag them home again, where we'd scrap and yell and accuse and blame, they jumped a freight train to Portland, 2 hours straight north up the West Coast. I found out they were in that bigger city a few days after they'd left. Friends had spotted them panhandling in the downtown Pioneer Courthouse Square. I drove 100 miles north to look for Amanda and Stephanie in the nooks and crannies of a strange town. The lack of a single sign of them sent me back home. Years later, the girls told me they'd heard I'd been asking for them, heard I'd stopped at youth shelters and the police station with their photographs. So they'd hopped another train to get farther away, this one to the Tenderloin district in San Francisco, where the drugs were meaner and the cold wind off the bay drove them to accept about any comfort. My daughters had disappeared. Amanda was gone for 3 months. I didn't see Stephanie for a year. For nearly a decade, I thought I wanted to forget everything about that empty expanse of time. But those kinds of memories don't just get wiped out. They don't get swept away. Instead, now I find I must wander through the worst of it again, where my daughters went, what they did, how I, every day, handled or failed to handle their absence. I have to face it, although until recently our past has felt too thick, too dense, and somewhere at its heart, too implicating of me. I've been wary of getting on a bus in Portland, or in any town, and sitting next to a girl like this, with her familiar odor, someone who can yank me backward and who can fill my throat with sour heat before I have a chance to steel myself against memory's rush. The girl who's now made me take a look at myself. Where is even the smallest surge of concern for her? Why do I feel more like slapping than hugging her? What's wrong with me, still, after all this time? I'd like to be one of those women who can confront the past's reminders, like this young seatmate, with nothing but compassion. But apparently, I'm not there yet. Something tangled and sore remains unsolved in me. After years of trying to decode and dissect our history, of picking over episodes with my daughters, a fight over a concert, a note found under one of their beds, the nights and nights and nights they didn't come home, and crawling through the muck again to discover the origins and escalations of our troubles, I want to move on. I want to forgive Amanda, Stephanie, myself, the times we lived in, so we can stop looking backward. Now the girl on the bus sits up straighter, pulls a wrinkled plastic bag from between her feet. I'm relieved by these getting ready to disembark moves. She'll go away and I'll calm down. I'll get off near my cozy home with its stocked fridge and good music. Except it's not going to be that simple. When I stand to let her by, grabbing a silver pole to stay steady, she looks straight at me. "Could you spare a couple dollars?" she asks, pushing the glasses closer to her face. "For something to eat?" I'm about to say no into her cloud of bitter breath, but my right hand has another idea. It begins reaching for the wallet buried in my purse. And why not? Maybe giving this girl money is a flinch, a gesture in the direction of peace. A reconciliation with the turmoil still inside me. Then I remember how I've long railed against those who gave my daughters everything they needed to stay on the streets. Blankets, pizza, sandwiches, drugs, alcohol, tampons, medicine, a bed for the night, and money. My daughters stuck their hands out, coins and bills landed in their palms, and that was one more day they didn't have to come home. Murky as I am about the giving or not giving, I shake my head in refusal, a nearly invisible movement. With her own small shrug, she clambers off. The bus rumbles ahead again. That's the end of it, I think, though I can't help looking out the window, straining to see her one more time. She's gone, disappeared that fast.